Hello everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Happy 4th of July. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for taking the time to observe and learn and grow as much as you can as a trader, right? And that's my goal, is to help you become a better trader. So obviously, if you want that and need that, CryptoCache.tech is a website, link in the description below. I have a trading academy, community, and signal group where I teach you how to trade and effectively just help you understand best practice and big picture. And that's the whole point of this too as well. So what we want to look at, of course, is Sandbox and its Bitcoin pairing. Also, of course, compare that with Bitcoin, because I think it's important to understand kind of how those things correlate. So to start though, what we can do is take a look here, first of all, at some standard stuff, and then go ahead and work our way down. So in other words, we want to kind of try to anticipate how much further this could go to the upside, as well as, what if it were to retrace, what would that look like? We can see it working its way up specific key level Fibonacci retracement lines here. Previous support level right now is broken. The price kind of averaged itself out here. So we kind of got this type of bullish pennant pattern, and now we've got the breakout above. So it's pretty standard, straightforward, that we can kind of see this. Oftentimes when you have like a descending type of trend that is followed by, a previous uptrend, wherever it started is essentially where it's going to continue to go. So it started from the bottom, so it'll continue up, if that makes sense. All right, so again, that's just generally what we're looking at here for Sandbox. It does look like we have just kind of a standard pennant breakout, and of course, it does look like it's doing very well. If we compare that with its Bitcoin, pairing, you could say here, we could see it's doing tremendously better. So if we kind of compare that with Sandbox, you can see how low the traditional USDT went. $1.16. Obviously, Satoshi's is different. It's kind of hard to translate the difference between those two, but you can see on the charts just how much better this Bitcoin pairing looks, which basically just tells us that Sandbox, as compared to Bitcoin, is doing very well. In other words, Bitcoin's gone up small margin, right? We see that small margin here, but the last 7 to 10 days have been declining. Whereas Sandbox, more specifically on its Bitcoin pairing, has been increasing the last 7 to 10 days. Okay, so that's a very good sign. It tells us the value is increasing compared to Bitcoin, and in general, that will translate over here to Tether. In other words, USDT will effectively increase inevitably as a result of its Bitcoin pairing doing well. Okay, so it's something to pay attention to, just something to kind of understand, but that's kind of where we're at there for Sandbox in general. Okay, now taking a look at some of the standard indicators, we'll go ahead and work our way down from the daily, which I recommend, of course, if you're going to do a good analysis, maybe even start with monthly, weekly, and work your all the way down to about 1 hour or maybe even 15 minutes. I like to focus on the daily, hourly, and 4 hour personally, because those all work very well for the moving averages, which we want to touch on here actually. Let's go ahead and take a look at that first. So we're just below, we're testing the 50-day set moving average. We can see that right here, but we're above the 20. And oftentimes the 20 is a good indicator of a momentous trend, whereas we can see the price action rejected here, or basically bounced off support twice, and effectively allows for the price action to continue higher here. It's also interesting that we got one-day candlestick closes right along these lines, especially a doji candle yesterday, right at 104. So that 104 Fibonacci retracement level is telling us it doesn't want to go any lower than that. Yes, we wicked down below, but the 20-day SMA is concurrently working with that, pushing the price action higher, whereas the 50-day SMA tentatively is working as a resistance. So we got to respect the fact that the 50 might reject out, but good news is, if we were to look at this here, its Bitcoin pairing is doing phenomenal compared to that. That's a very, very good sign. It tells us it has strength, and I think that's something to also make sure you understand. In general, that does imply that the price action should continue higher from here, based on just kind of a standard look at its Bitcoin pairing. Okay, so again, always try to look at Bitcoin pairings for whichever coin that you're looking at. If it's struggling and doing poorly against Bitcoin, then it doesn't imply that there's a lot of strength. Sandbox does have a lot of strength right now so far. And in fact, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the volume. We've got somewhat of an increased volume here today, basically double. Bitcoin's only got the same amount of volume as yesterday so far, even though the trading day hasn't closed. That's still a decent amount of volume. So it really just implies that we don't have a tremendous amount of selling pressure, which makes sense considering the price action came all the way down and all those profits were taken. Okay. So again, I think we're looking to be in good shape here. If we can close above the 50-day SMA today and or tomorrow, then I think we'll likely be able to see the price continue higher. It does look like it wants to do that. Taking one last look here, of course, just quickly to peek at the RSI, we're kind of trending right at the 50 mark. Honestly, when the price action just kind of hovers right around 50, it's not a definitive line in the sand, so we don't have a strong resistance or support based on that. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. The 4 hour might be a little bit more telling. This is a faster moving average. It's got, it takes 14 candlesticks and 14 4-hour candlesticks is definitely a shorter time frame, right? So if we take a look at the course, the RSI, we can see it's getting closer to 70, reaching somewhat of an exhaustive state. Not terrible, of course, because if we take a peek at CD sequential, we're at a 7. We do have roughly another 8 hours worth of potential continuation of the upside before we reach that exhaustive state. So in other words, this push to the upside could continue, but I wouldn't expect it just to go parabolic and to shoot straight up. Again, if Bitcoin shoots up to 21,000, 22,000, breaks that key level resistance at 21.5, then yeah, it would be a different story. But between now and then, we shouldn't expect the price action just to continue higher. It will probably retrace to come back down to retest this level at about 110 and to bounce back up. It could even retest the level of 104 and be okay, because it would still be establishing higher lows. And that's an important thing here. Okay, so as long as we're maintaining higher lows, we're in good shape. So the 4-hour does technically look pretty good. We're above all 3 moving averages as well. And if we take a look at, what was it, the MACD? I didn't look at this yet. Absolute strong convergence. It could continue higher again, but once again, this is getting, about seven indicators or oscillators all the way in. In other words, when you have a strong continuation like this, the likelihood of it continuing much higher in the immediate future is lower based on us having this over-exhaustive state. Again, we're not over-exhaustive completely. We're at a 7 out of 9. But in truth, I think the next 24 hours, we could expect a little bit of a correction. That's all I'm trying to get across here. Not to say the overall momentum will change, because we definitely have higher lows and we're still establishing higher highs. Those are very important things, okay? So again, this little ascending trend, I think, is going to continue. The trend is your friend. Get on board, but just be careful not to just jump all in here and just to expect it to spike, okay? We might be closer to its top right now before it pulls back. Taking a look at the 1 hour though, here's something to note, we're at a 9 as well. So when you have a 9 here and a 7 on the 4-hour, the likelihood of much upside or a further upside is pretty low. Again, pending Bitcoin doesn't do anything crazy obnoxious to the upside, which we'd like to see, don't get me wrong, that would be fantastic, and that would cause the price to go higher. But it would hit a resistance shelf, so there's a strong chance this 121 area will create a resistance if the price keeps pushing. We don't really want it to push much further because it's already had somewhat of an exhaustive state. And in truth, a pullback would be much healthier right now, okay? So let's take a quick look at the cloud. Of course, we're gonna be above it, obviously, we can see that. But we're free and clear of any price action, conversion lines above the baseline, and we're well above the actual cloud itself. So if you're not familiar with how the Ichimoku cloud works, definitely check out my videos on that, of course, but for lack of better terms, it's one of the best indicators you can get or use. And obviously, had we jumped in as soon as the price action broke above and closed above, we'd be up a decent percent right now. I mean, just say you got in right here at this point, you'd be up about 6%. And depending on the type of leverage, that could be a decent amount, right? So generally speaking, Sandbox is looking fantastic. I don't see anything really disadvantageous here, except for the fact that this is somewhat of a strong push, and somewhat is a loose statement. There is definitely a very strong increase. Okay, and you gotta respect the fact that it may not go much further from here. There's a great chance we're going to see a continuation for a little while, but it'll probably pull back. I would say a good area to enter in would be, once again, right around the 110, 111 range, or possibly even as low as 104 or 105. Once again, even if it were to correct itself that far down, still making higher highs and higher lows in the hourly and the 4-hour. Okay, those are all important things. So again, Sandbox is looking great. I love its Bitcoin pairing. It looks like it's got a lot of strength compared to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is just so happen to have a good day here today, right? So we should expect Sandbox, I would say, to continue in the overall sense of things, but we shouldn't expect it to just blast off right now. We might see some type of increase within the next 24 to 48 hours after it's consolidated and retraced a little bit longer. All right, that's essentially where we're at. So thanks again for joining me here. I appreciate you, of course, on this holiday weekend. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you're not currently a community member, CryptoCache.tech is a site, link in the description below. Once again, I offer discounts for military and third world countries. Specifically, thank you for your service. If you are in the military, let me know. Message me direct. Use the contact information in the comments below only. That's the only way to get a hold of me. I'll never direct message you. I'll never solicit you. I'll never, respond to your comment with What's Up app or whatever the hell that's called. I don't know, whatever. I don't care about that. I mean, it sucks that they're scammers, but just be smart about things, okay? All right, go ahead and reach out to me. Love to hear from you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. See you next one.